Again, folks, the big news tonight, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, dead at the age of 87. She had been suffering from pancreatic cancer for some time, died at her home in Washington, D.C. This is not shocking news. She had been in and out of the hospital in recent months. She has been consistently a reliable liberal vote on the Supreme Court. And this is yet another major opportunity for the Trump administration, and it makes this election even more important. It was already very important, but a little extra pressure, perhaps. You know, I think it was, last week, the president put out a list of another 20 names of people that he would consider for the Supreme Court. Again, I think this is unusual. I don't remember this being done before. Specific names of people that would be under consideration should a vacancy happen. Ted Cruz is on this list. Tom Cotton, senator. Josh Hawley, another senator from Missouri. Various judges, former solicitor generals. But to me, again, Craig, I don't remember previous White Houses doing it in such a formal way that they would release a list like this. But look, well, number one, is that the case? And I want to,
yes.
Is Roe v. Wade suddenly in play? I want to remind everybody what Kavanaugh, then Judge Kavanaugh, said during his confirmation hearings, that in his opinion, Roe v. Wade was settled law. And I believe we've heard that from others as they were under consideration before. Even conservative judges have said words to that effect. But is that something you say during confirmation hearings, and once you get to the bench, it's a different ballgame? Craig, first to you.
That's what you say during confirmation hearings. Every law is settled law. On the other hand, every law is not settled law. You could have said back in 1856 that Dred Scott is settled law, but it wasn't settled law. And especially an issue as contentious and has been for 40 years as Roe v. Wade. But there's a good case, and Trump makes a conservative appointment to the court, and he will. It'll be adjudicated sometime in our lifetime again, sometime in the next several years. Some portion of the abortion law will be considered again by the Supreme Court.
And that's one of the reasons why conservatives especially love this president. You know, a lot has been made, Doug, about the president's personal life, rather flamboyant lifestyle. And liberals like to say, oh, you know, you can't trust a guy like that. Evangelicals are being somehow disingenuous or even phony by embracing somebody like Trump. I would say to those critics, to those wondering on the outside, I don't think they understand evangelicals, and they don't understand Christianity. That sometimes God works through the most unlikely people to carry out his will. That's my religious observation. You don't have to go there if you don't want to, Doug, but that's my interpretation. What do you think?
Yeah, that's very true. And we talked about this before, Greg. He had that upbringing under Norman Vincent Peale. In fact, he talked about it recently, so it was on his mind. And when I interviewed him, he talked about it. I'll say this. First, my heart goes out to the Ginsburg family for them facing this moment, even though they anticipated. The left is ready for this. And you remember when they confirmed Kavanaugh, and they were hoping that Kavanaugh's name would be withdrawn. And they knew that Trump had a backup list, and they already had posters, banners, and bumper stickers made attacking who they thought would be Trump's next choice for the Supreme Court. So I think there's going to be blood in the streets over this when Trump finally eventually makes his announcement.
Well, what they tried to do to Judge Kavanaugh was one of the most despicable things that's ever happened in America. I'm so glad it did not succeed, because had it succeeded, this would have been a fundamentally different culture. Forget about the court for a moment. Our culture would have been totally turned upside down and corrupted. Bottom line, this is going to be discussed and debated, but nothing happens before the election, or does it? Craig, final word, if you don't mind.
No, nothing happens before the election, but it'll be a white-hot issue. Doug is exactly right. This is going to be the Gotterdammerung of political fights, the dusk of the gods. Is that this is going to be the death blows? This is going to make any battle of the Bataan look like a walk in the park. It's going to be mayhem in Washington over this nominee and over this vote.
Wow. Hey, final thing, Doug, very quickly. You don't technically have to be a lawyer to be on the Supreme Court. Is that true?
That's true. And I just want to add this. I agree with Craig, except for the fact that Trump is unpredictable, and he often does what he's not supposed to do. So, no, you don't have to be a lawyer to be. You almost have to be a lawyer to be president. I think it's like 30-some or 28 were lawyers.
A lot of them. Yes, indeed. Well, look, I'm really glad you guys are on duty tonight. Thank you very much. I needed you big time. This stuff, thank you very much, Craig Shirley and Doug Wead. To be continued, and we will be right back with the final word. Take care now.